The sharing of stories to adequately convey ideas about individual and collective human experiences allows us to be cognizant of ourselves, as is evident in the comedic drama Billy Elliot, 2000. The director, Stephen Dowdry, has purposefully crafted this unique yet powerfully moving film that demonstrates these experiences effectively by drawing from the universal experiences of renowned dancer and choreographer Lee Hall. The political, socio-economic, and cultural context of the film allows the audience to better relate to and understand the characters, their motives, as well as the pressure of the human experiences they are confronting. For, as Billy passionately pursues his quest for belonging, fulfillment, and freedom in ballet, he is ultimately obstructed by toxic masculinity, gender stereotypes, and financial hardships which were oppressively present in 1980s England. Scenes that further reflect this profound representation include the Swan Lake scene, the riot scene, and the letter scene. Likewise, the related material music video by Queen, I Want to Break Free, from 1984, also emotively conveys similar themes about human experiences such as the working class and gender roles. The music video incorporates controversial, political, and comic elements that saw the film clip banned in parts of the modern world. However, let's get back to Billy Elliot. Billy's mother is a very important aspect of Billy's character and is a big reason as to why he pursues his dream of becoming a dancer. She was a positive influence to Billy, supporting and loving him. Even though she's deceased, the impact she has on Billy is still quite strong, as is shown in the letter scene, where Billy is vulnerably showing items important to him to Mrs. Wilkinson. In this scene, Billy brings a tape, a soccer jersey, a soccer ball, and a letter from his mum, all for the sole purpose of turning things important to him into inspiration for his ballet. The eeriness of this shot, being in the boxing room, intently portrays how Billy is still on the line between gender roles and creative freedom. Although the other items are important to Billy, nothing is as important to him as the letter his mother wrote for 18-year-old Billy, although he, like anybody else, opened it early. Billy humanely shows how he isn't sad that his mum is gone, he just misses her. While reading the letter, Billy smiles at the memory of his mum. The scene is powerful as it resonates with the audience's own human experiences of loss and the memory of a loved one. At the beginning of the Swan Lake scene, Billy puts on the tape of Swan Lake as they cross the river. This scene sees Billy make that final leap to pursue dancing seriously. The wide shot of the ferry moving from the industrial world to the natural world represents Billy taking that leap. He is breaking free from the boundaries placed on him, and he gains creative freedom. Mrs. Wilkinson explains the story of Swan Lake to Billy as he begins to understand the power that dancing and music can have in telling stories and experiences. The story kind of reflects Mrs. Wilkinson's own life in a way, as she is trapped in her own marriage with a man that has devoted himself in marriage, yet cheats on her. As they approach the other side of the river, the crescendo of the song emotively portrays the tone shift of the story, and Billy, as he understands what dancing means to him. The intensity of the music promptly increases and erupts into sounds representing wonder and beauty, which all perfectly reflect Billy's story. The miners' strike in North England in 1984 was caused by the British government shutting down coal mines around the country, which resulted in major industrial action within the industry. In the film, the miners play an important part in understanding the political context that Billy is living in. The riot scene sees Tony, Billy's brother, and other miners being chased through town by the police during a riot. Tony rushes through multiple homes to escape the evading police, who ruthlessly follow without concern to third parties. The police charge over multiple citizens in their pursuit of Tony. The shaky camera movements portray the intensity of the scene as both Tony and the police rush from household to household. The intensity and urgency of the scene is expertly enhanced through the use of 1979 The Clash's London Calling, powerfully creating a sense of authoritative presence as the police flood through the town. As seen, the police back Tony up against a row of houses, blocking the horizon and trapping Tony from escape. The overkill of the amount of riot police screamed the urgency of the political state of the country and the miners. Billy attempts to save his brother by yelling, "Tony, go back!" However, Tony fails to hear Billy, resulting in him getting beaten and arrested. The high-angle shot of Billy on the wall expertly places him above all of the conflict. He is left to watch down on the scene, helpless. This shows how Billy is affected by the happenings around him, but is stuck to his own story, his own task. The related music video I Want to Break Free by Queen in 1984 further reflects the aspects that storytelling has with representing human experiences, as it valiantly voices out the problems and struggles of the working class people of the time. The film clip is from the point of view of Freddie Mercury, who was dressed as an upper-class housewife in 1980s England. The clip goes on to show how Freddie Mercury feels inside by him opening a door to the next shot. The boldly repeated title, I Want to Break Free, emerges as representative of working-class mothers and fathers trapped within gender roles. As the film clip clip dramatically physicalizes each character trapped within the colorless and creativeless gouge of society. But still life goes on. This line is extremely powerful as it strongly reflects how individuals are stripped of their creative freedom by being exiled to live by the society's standards of them doing their gender and class-based jobs. Queen, at the time, were emotively telling England that it was bland as it traps individuals in suburbia. In conclusion, Billy Elliot is an iconic masterpiece, meticulously crafted as a film that elicits new ideas and reflects the human experiences. Just as I Want to Break Free is a timeless classic as it spoke against the rules and regulations that social institutions put in place for people to follow. Coincidentally, the song was released in the same year that Billy Elliot is set, 1984, further tying the relationships between storytelling and the human experience as they both tackle similar themes. As clearly shown by these texts, storytelling tells us who we are, where we've been, and possibly where we're going through individual and collective human experiences as is evident in the comedic drama Billy Elliot 2000 and Queen's 1984 I Want to Break Free.